Alrighty. Hello, everybody. This is Kirishio here, and now, before I do begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little review. In the last part, we had quite a bit of things happening. Now, please bear with me for a minute. I feel like shit. In the last part, Deku was talking about what was going on with the Yagi family. Right now, over 10% of their territory is cleared of suspicion. They need to figure out how to navigate the other 50% of their territory, however. The other 55. Right now, half of Japan is on the suspect list for people who might have killed All Might. All Deku understands is Lady Nagant, she was hired. And tracing that back to people in the Yagi family or even potentially spies hiding in their family is going to be problematic. Lady Nagant was set up as the fall guy. Deku discussed with Tsuranadai that he needs to figure out how to navigate the situation. They need to call together a meeting and go through their forces, clear people of suspicion, and move things around. At some point in the future, he would like to meet with the heads of these individual families. It's already going to be a very large meeting, but it's going to need to happen. He'd like to have Toga, Froppy, and Toru sit in on some of those meetings. Hopefully, if people are talking without Deku in the room, they might say something that would be damning. Hopefully, there's even the idea that if he does go from family to family, meeting them, something could slip. That will take a very long time. He wanted to talk to Dr. Ujiko when he went to go meet him about getting people with truth-telling quirks, abilities that will allow them to navigate if people are telling the truth. In that meeting, Dr. Ujiko mentioned augmenting Deku and seeing what he can do about increasing his repertoire of quirks. He has a very good understanding of the Matrix, what he uses to install multiple quirks into an individual. It's the reason why their body remains stable and they do not age to death. Deku is a very unique situation. He studied All for One and found out that the ability was parasitic. If properly utilized, the trophy from the Yagi family could bring the man back from the dead. That's only a theory. But the man's personality was said to be domineering. He partially rebuilt the Matrix and has been using his incomplete knowledge to slowly but surely, over the course of a century, make them better. Deku may hold the key to finishing his idea. Stopping quirk singularity and giving these things out. Allow the world to spread with matrices. Now, Deku was willing to undergo modification if the doctor made sure to give him the good stuff, as well as anything to protect and increase his mental defense against being trapped or brainwashed. All Might died that way. Then someone put a massive hole in his gut. Right now, by undergoing modification and hopefully getting some sort of mental defense skill, he can subvert both possible outcomes, along with hopefully get one ability Deku desperately might need. It might be expensive, but it might definitely save him in the long run. Regeneration. Now, with that being said, Deku, he went on a date. He finally brought Mandalay to dinner. He told her over the phone what they were going to be doing. And he even relayed orders to the Ryuko family through her. Though, made sure to keep tonight free of family business. And right now, Deku, he is flying through the air with a beautiful woman in his arms, hopping from block to block before they got to the restaurant. And when they do get to finally land, they are greeted by a ton of different gazes. The people there were already aware that someone in Rioko's top 10 made a reservation tonight. And her unexpected guest turned out to be the boss of the fucking Yaki family. So, no pressure or anything. Yeah, they were immediately brought to a table and sat down with a complimentary bottle of champagne. One of the best seats in the house. And right now, people they started giving stares to the two. But they ordered their food and had some drinks, started talking back and forth, and the conversation, it has been pretty good. Deku's trying to learn a lot more about this woman. And he's even felt comfortable. She knows about Yuki. She talks with Kami. Fact of the matter is, he's getting more accustomed to dealing with her. And, as far as he's aware, she's told the truth to him on numerous occasions. She's part of the Yagi family now. He does wish to trust her. And, hopefully, reveal more about his own plans in the future to her. If he can make this look good, the people who are stalking him, who might be after him, they will play right into his hand. Then again, he might have to turn up the eccentricity just a bit. But it has been a nice, relaxing little evening. So, that really is all it. Koda's been, well, you know how young children are. Sorry. You're gonna need to deal with a few things whenever Yuki gets older. Trust me. I'm well aware of that. I've already heard that Kami wants to get her signed up for something. Maybe try and at least try to give her a normal childhood. Though, I just want her to have one better than mine. Is she doing okay? She's not sick anymore, is she? She's still recovering from that. I know I was worried, but if it was anything really that bad, we do have Recovery Girl. Miss Chio, she's quite happy to care for a baby rather than mend my broken bones. I can tell you that much. I'm sure she's quite happy about that. You know, I do have questions about you. Her lowering her flute of champagne, expressing, running her finger along the rim. She's heard quite a bit about him from Miss Momo and Mina. I mean, they have been hanging around with Kami a little bit, and she has heard some interesting stories. Like what? Like butterfly? Butterfly. Kami freaks out. But I allow Yuki to fly through the air with my abilities. Black Web. Even then, she loves it. I mean, she doesn't freak out or anything. It's adorable. Kami, though, she panics. How so? Well, I don't move her fast, but you can tell she's excited. You're essentially swinging around a baby. I think anyone would freak out. Fair, I guess. Though, I would rather say it's not that bad. One of my abilities would allow me to know if something is going to happen badly or end badly. Besides, the family compound is pretty well guarded. I'd know if it's going to go for her getting hurt or something trying to come after me. I can tell the difference. Can you? I can. Though, I am well aware that you're still wanting some answers. Yes. Can I ask a question? You may. Why the interest in me? Deku sipping his champagne. And right now his eyes, they do gonna move to the left as he does slightly turn his head. Looking at something in the corner of his eye. Looking back at Mandalay. I heard about you. My initial impression of you, yes, was to attempt to seduce you. That is not a lie. I was quite curious. The man who took down Muscular in a fight. I wanted to see what type of person you are. That you were. That man is still there. Doing what I do. Being a part of this family. A woman needs to understand when a man's gaze is more than just professional, more than just curious, and know when it is sinister. You were not curious about me at all. You weren't sinister. And while you did have an opportunity, you didn't grab at it. There was a lot to grab. See? Fact is, there was a lot going on, but I got a good measure of you. By putting you in a situation that I did, I found out exactly who you really are. No time to react, no time to put on a show, and with me misguiding you about my quirk, you believed I was in your head from the very start. Watching you squirm like a fish, it was fun. But it told me much about you. You were more surprised than happy to find a woman in your bed. You were alarmed. And, well, you didn't try to take advantage of it. You don't abuse that power you have. That's rare. You are not kind. I don't know if I could call you that. Respectful? Maybe. Wary? Possibly. I want to know why. I wish to find out more. And if that would be possible, then I'm not sure it's a bad position to be in. The strongest man in Japan. I mean, I'm certain that there are worse things to do. Worse places to be. Though, I know a girl who I helped nurture is happy. That's all I could ask for. But as I've grown older, I want some of that happiness for myself. Is that so wrong? No, it isn't. Deku waving down a waiter. And the person, they do come by. Right now, they were just supposed to stand there and wait for the man to wave them over. And he did so. They walked like they had a gun pointed to their head and, well, a broomstick shoved up their ass. Right now, making their way over and asking Mr. Midoriya if everything is alright this evening. Of course. Could you please give a bottle of champagne to the table over there? The woman in the black dress. And can you please give her a message for me? Um, of course, Mr. Midoriya. Don't. I'm sorry? I believe that woman wishes to take a chance on my life. My head's worth quite a lot of money, you see. Just tell her this is her only warning, please. My next message won't come with one. Or I guess I won't come with one. Of course. The man quickly walking away. And he does think about signaling for security, though Mr. Midoriya did not ask for security. And he does that turn back to Mandalay, expressing, well, that's taken care of. An attempt in your life. Should we stay for dessert? I don't think we should. Fact of the matter is, she would have ruined our first date. On the second one, I say we go where I do think about. In fact, my compound, it actually does have quite a lovely movie theater. Projector's pretty big, and, well, the snacks aren't bad. I know an excellent chef. He makes a really good creme brulee. The creme brulee is good here, though they also do have a lovely set of desserts. All of them are expensive. Besides, I want to show you something. Her nodding her head, making way over to Deku as he does a turn, and the woman who was given the bottle of champagne does stare directly at Deku. Her eyes wide in surprise as he does turn his gaze directly to her. Her going to somewhat shrink under his glare. And he does get to do one very simple thing. He does go to mouth the words, "Don't try again." And she does go to turn back to her glass. Her thinking about how this evening may have gone. A few $1 billion richer. Not a small amount of money. Life-changing money. Either way it does go, she'd be set for the rest of her life. But he's aware of it. She thought she was being sneaky. When they do to step out, Deku does pick up Mandalay in a bridal carry again. Her quite surprised as he does go to hop off with Float and go to fly up into the air. Right now him getting up high enough before telling her that she might want to hang on. Her, a little surprised as Deku does go to jump off of Fajin and blast himself high up into the air. And she is alarmed. Right now, they do go up high, and the momentum does carry them. Her clutching on a Deku since she's not used to the G-Force being produced. Her using her quirk and shouting in his head that he's gonna get her killed, and he's gonna drop her. And Deku, he does just gonna hold on. Right now, them going to pop through the clouds. As he does gonna finally kill his momentum. Right now, they're at a near stop, just floating there. And she does open her eyes, looking at Deku before turning to him, the wind bellowing around them. He should warn a girl if he's gonna do something like that. Maybe. Though, look around. Her looking around. There's the ocean. The moon. Holy shit, the moon. It's so vibrant. So big. The stars. Her eyes going wide, looking back down towards the city. It's an amazing view. And she does a look around, eyes full of wonder. And Deku, he does just look up at the sky. The stars. The stars. His mind is full of worry. He's still got to figure out how to deal with everything with the Yagi family, find out more about his own people, figure out a plan to go under for augmentation. He'll basically be out of commission for months on end. Not just away from the family, but away from his girls. If he plans things out right, he might be able to make it to Yuki's first birthday. Though if things don't go well, then he'll miss it. Yeah, he doesn't want to miss that. Then again, he does still need to see what Fuyumi wants to do, and maybe talk to Toru. Maybe see Miraka before he does go under. Talk to her. She has been coming around a little more, but even then, he's not sure that good thing's gonna last too much longer. Talk to her about being augmented? A battle junkie like her? Yeah. She probably does have a reinforced body. Definitely has a reinforced frame now he does think about it. A hand meeting his face. You alright? I'm fine. Her fingers tracing the scar on his cheek. I just have a lot on my mind. There's a lot moving around. I'm sure there is. You're a boss. In charge of Japan. Heavy is the head that does hold the crown. Especially for the Arbiter of Death. That's a new one. Kind of like it, actually. But, yeah. I need to go in and get augmented. What? Yep. Need to get augmented. I have to deal with that. Make sure I can clean up the Yagi family. Kill the people who killed my father. And hopefully go back to being normal. What passes for it anyway. That sounds like a lot. You have no idea. You should probably be augmented too. Huh? Have you ever had your ability enhanced? I haven't. Getting an extra ability, it requires more responsibility. And I'm dedicated to the family. But Koda. I see. That makes sense. I could order you to take on the power and take on the responsibility. Set personal matters aside, but I know you wouldn't want that. That it would be bad. Selfish of me, even. We all make sacrifices. I know. You don't have to tell me about sacrifice. I've lost a lot. But you're not losing anything. I would like you to be augmented, but seriously take on into consideration this. Our enemies can get into our heads. we don't know much about them. Second, right now, one of those enemies is considered a high danger leveled threat. I don't know how, but they managed to take over my father's mind. As far as I'm aware, that shouldn't have been possible. They were able to keep him stunned long enough to get a lethal attack on him. Nagant, she confessed to quite a few details about the operation. Even she was subject to the brainwashing. So we know the ability works on multiple targets at once. That is dangerous. I know. I would say keep a lookout, but even I don't really know what we're looking at. It's bad. Either someone from the European Alliance has come here, someone from the US. I don't know. It's bad. Do you think you think that this has something to do with international stuff? I don't know. Fact is, Star wants a meeting. I do need to talk with her. I don't know what America would have as an interest in Japan, but I know that there's a few things happening. It could be your actions. Maybe. I would need to talk with a few other people. We're getting back into business. You're right. How about we both shut up and just watch? That I can do. Now, the two do sit there for quite a bit of time. Deku isn't sure exactly how long. Eventually, he does get a fly down. And Mandalay, she does plant quite a big kiss on him. Right now, her pulling away and expressing a few different things that they can do next time. And Deku, he does give her a grin, talking about how if the next date's going to be planned, well, stargazing definitely is on the agenda. Then again, maybe be a bit more casual. And he's not just saying that. Her giving him a smile and expressing she does need to check on a few different things. Deku going to leave. And right now, he does going to fly back towards Tokyo. A lot going through his mind. Mandalay is softer than Rumi. That's not necessarily a bad thing. More homey, more motherly. She does kind of remind him of Kami in that regard. Huh. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring her in. That is a whole other thing. Though, Danger Sense gonna go off. And Deku, he does go to blast it aside and avoid the strike, wherever the hell it was. As, right now, a laser cell flying through the air where he was. And Deku, he does a whirl around and go to see a man. Right now, him going to stand there in the air. A pair of purple-like wings behind him. And Deku, he does go to bring his hands up, getting ready. Beginning to rotate his wrist and see what he can do with One for All. Right. Okay, this guy wants a bit of a fight. I'll give him a fight then. Shame I'll have to ruin a damn good suit. But this does seem important. Who are you? Are you one of the people who killed my father? The man bringing up his left hand, and waving it through the air to antagonize Deku. Back and forth without one little finger movement. Expressing, that's not it. They wanted to see a small little theory. It does seem like the decoy was successful, but that is not it. Then again, what is he gonna do? Deku blitzing, moving with 70% as a person, does go flying backwards. Right now, them vanishing into thin air as they throw up their hand and blast out a sound wave ability. And Deku, he does gonna move backwards, but the sound does still gonna bombard his ears. Right now, him bringing his hands up as Danger Sense does whirl through his mind. It does overload him, and the person usually blasts at Deku as he does go to throw his hand. Right now, him battering them away with a burst of air, he does a fire out. It launching him backwards into the air as Deku, he does cover his body in black web. Right now aware that this could be problematic. Then again, he does need to reorient himself. Right now his right arm, it does go to start molding into somewhat of a wing. And Deku does go to slash it downwards as he does to counter his momentum, canceling it out and flying through the air, making sure his movements do absorb the kinetic energy as he does begin to somewhat flail. Now, Deku does absorb the energy, and he does it wait. Right now, him floating there in the air and trying to read everything. Read exactly how everything does to move. There's nothing. Okay, but maybe there. Him throwing an air burst. When he does get to do so, it does go to smash into a wall, which does go to move in and then repel right back towards him. Deku alarmed when encounter his own air burst at 60%, him smashing in the punch that does go to send him moving backwards just a bit. And going to wait. Right now, he does watch as a box is moved all around him. And he is sealed inside. It does begin to shrink down, getting to a point where Deku, he does go to smash his foot down and go to move to the top, smashing into it with Fajin and going to fly up into the air. Right now, him looking around and seeing if the person is still here. They should still be here. And nothing happens. They're gone? Okay, who the hell was that guy? His phone going to ring. And when Deku does go to look around slowly, he does go to finally lower his guard a bit, pulling his phone out and going to see a call from Ryuko. Answering as she does to ask him exactly what the hell he's doing in her territory. Why is he attacking? And Deku, he does gonna fall silent, realizing what this was. I was just attacked on your territory. The person's gone. I don't know who they were, but this is serious. They waited for me to get serious before they disappeared. At least I think so. You're certain of this? Guy attacked me out of nowhere. Multiple quirks. Didn't say much. He fits the bill. I think one of the people who know about my father had just come out of the woodwork. How so? Well, clearly they were expecting nothing more than that. Maybe. Though, a massive bolt of lightning flying down towards Deku. And Deku, he does go to weave through the air. Right now, him looking up and seeing that the clouds, they have charged. And they become darker. Right now, they're everywhere. Earlier today, it was cloudy, yes. But this is a phenomenon. Another quirk. And right now, the city does be bombarded by lightning. And Deku does try to move through the air. He does try to figure out where his assailant has come from. Dodging, weaving, moving through the air, blasting with the airburst and Fajin, moving up higher and higher. He does think that they might just be above the cloud layer. But that will require him to do something drastic. Though, he does have another idea. Smashing his fist up into the air with a massive amount of power. And when he does do so and disperse the clouds, he does watch this person go to finally be revealed again. Them going to fly through the air and try and regain their bearing. And Deku, he does go to activate Gear Shift. He knows it is a long shot and not a good idea, but he does need to figure out exactly what is happening. Right now, him moving through the air. And he does watch them go to vanish. Him stopping himself and looking around. Where are they? A hole popping up directly in front of him. A laser flying through as Deku does a dodge. Him throwing his fist as he does go to pull it back, realizing what he's about to punch at. A portal opening up behind him. And Deku does throw his foot out and smash downwards. Right now, the portal in front of him has closed. And he does go to turn, hearing a sound as he does make contact with something, ripping his foot back through very quickly, looking around and seeing his target, moving in. Right now, he does go to fly towards them and smash down a volley of fist. The person going to rocket down directly into the city below. And when they do to smash in the ground, they don't hit the street. A portal opening and closing behind them. And Deku does get a stare at that. Him annoyed. Right. This isn't good. A portal? But how? Crap. He used the second's ability. He's got to move fast. Him going to get ready. And he does it to move himself up into high gear to get back home. Right now, he does go to arrive with some time to spare. But whenever the backlash does get to hit Deku, he is winded. Right now, he does need to sit down. And the girls, they do to see Deku's current state. Fuyumi, she does start to fuss over him. Kani does even look a little worried. And Toru, she does act a bit more rational. Right now, whenever Deku's phone does get a ring, she does go to grab it from his pocket and go to Express, putting it on speaker. Hello? Who is this? This is Toru. If you're calling about Izuku, what's going on? Apparently, something is happening in my territory. He has not returned my information. He's currently not doing too well. Whatever happened, we'll tell him to give you a call back. But I assure you, he wouldn't have just attacked if it wasn't something important. Trust me, from my knowledge of his abilities, this is serious. How serious? You said he was attacked? Her looking over at Deku, who does go to try and nod his head and mouth the words to her. Strange man. Purple wings? What? I'm not sure. Listen, Miss Ryuko. I'm sure whatever happened, we can discuss this a bit more at another time. He's really not in good condition right now to talk. I see. That's fine. Though, please do tell Mr. Midoriya that this is urgent. Talk to Miss Ryuko, or I'm sorry, Miss Ryuko. Talk to Mandalay. She might know more information. Her looking over at Deku, who does it a nod, and she does express. She just heard that she does have more information, more knowledge. Though, do try to release out to people that there was some sort of attack on Mr. Midoriya's life. I'll look into this. Get my own people to investigate. I'm basically gonna have to if I do want this to look official. I'm also gonna need to come down on him for this. Condemn him, make the Yagis pay. Well, I get a rare chance to yell at the boss. I'll try to make my most of it. See, there you go. I think that's the best that you can really achieve right now. Good. I'll look forward to this report. Her going to hang up. And Deku, he does go over it again with Kudo in his mind. The guy was trying to feel him out. Plain and simple. See exactly where he's at. How he does operate. Not bad. Then again, he knows he hit something. That ability. He opened a portal. But how? Shigaraki. No. This has nothing to do with All for One. Okay, that's extreme paranoia. God. Okay. No, he is getting paranoid about this, though. He already killed that man. Destroyed his remains. This is some sort of portal ability? Goraki. The doctor. Okay, good. He needs to figure out what Goraki might know. They have some sort of leads. And if that guy does have multiple abilities, that does mean one other thing. The doctor has operated on him too, haven't they? Good. He'll need to figure that out later. Right now, he does need to find out all the information he can use about that fight. It's going to be a lot, but what did he see? Some sort of portal ability? A purple cloud? Yeah, that's bad. Okay, but then there was the way that lightning started coming down on him. A guy with wings made of power. Okay, but he could also turn invisible. Okay, that's already what? No, there was the air burst. The way his mind overloaded. This guy has a shit ton of abilities. That's not good at all. Not good at all. Okay. Just try to think. If this guy has these type of powers, why not just try to attack him directly then? I mean, why try to feel him out? A sign that they're watching him? That they know he's onto them? No. They want him to identify this guy, don't they? This guy. What's his game? Shit. Though he hit somebody, didn't he? Right. His foot made contact with something. Though he's stupid. He might have lost if he didn't rip it back through the portal in time. Okay. He's got to keep his eye on that then. Now, with that being said, when Deku does finally feel like he can move, he does go to call in the information, asking the doctor about what he can, leaving a voicemail, and then going to call and try to explain the situation to different people. He tries to explain it over with Sarnadai, after explaining it over with Ryuko. And whenever she does finally get a full explanation, she does understand how severe the situation might be. Someone's trying to cause friction between their two families, not aware that she is a Yagi now. And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And with that, God, my brain. Anyways, guys, have a good night. I'm gonna go to bed. I feel like shit.